Hello and welcome. This is Ayana Lahi, and I am so very happy that you are here with all of us today in this week's episode of Be One, Be You. We are diving into losing yourself, to find yourself, to lose yourself. What does that really mean? We work so hard to cover up who we really are, to find who we really are. We are willing to go through many life experiences in order to feel connected to what's real. Some of you might have gone the journey of exploring what's not real in order to discover that you needed to shift gears and make new decisions. I know I had to do that. I made certain choices many decades ago that were to help me open up, and they did help me open. But opening is just a first step. It's an important step. I know many of you know people who choose not to open, and they function from staying closed inside and working to stay in control in their life, so nothing ever goes out of control. But yet to really experience the heart of life, to move all the way into the center of your universe, which is the universe, you have to go in deeper. You have to be willing to let go of those self-created walls and barriers that you've created to survive. Humans, all of us, are very smart. And we're so smart that we actually can be in denial. We are the only species in the evolutionary track of the universe that have free choice and can make decisions. Where we make those decisions from inside of ourself is super important, because it's way too easy to make a decision from a state of separation and to believe that one's unconscious state is actually the superior modus operandi, when actually it is a bypass to the true purpose of why you have a life. And your life is precious. Your life is meant to be precious. And to know how to lose yourself in order to find yourself gives you the opportunity to break through the veils that are there from the moment that you come into your life at birth. You have the ancestral, the karmic that you bring with you, and the karma of your family, and also the familial, cultural patterns that are veils that block your sensibility, the senses of your soul. We have the hearing of our ears and the seeing of our eyes and the nerve endings in our skin, etc. But there is a sense of the soul, which is your infinite self, the soul of the light that you are, and the light of the soul that you are. You are ever present. You are ever lasting. And when you sense from the soul, it pushes you to break through what you have been in fear about. So for a moment, take a little journey in time with me from when you came into your body and you came in to a time frame, into a particular storyline, a feature film of your parents' consciousness. What was their attention upon? Was it about difficulties financially? One partner wanting to be pregnant, the other not? Both in harmony about being pregnant? Were there disturbances, interruptions in their life, with their education, their career, the expectations of their parents upon them? Past boyfriend or girlfriend that either partner might have not gotten over yet? Perhaps you get it. Your story is the perhaps. What really happened? Because that was the original first opening scene of the movie of your life. And when you realize what you were born into, it gives you the opportunity to let go of, lose your own conception of how you create your life and your own perception of how you view and see your life. Because who you really are is a vast being. You are one with the infinite universe. It's mind-blowing, and it sounds so strange, right? I mean, it sounds so strange. But the truth is, can only be experienced through experience itself. And that's pretty much what I'm all about. I haven't learned what I speak about and have brought into the healing practice that I was given to do by the source itself over 4 decades ago. It was not my chosen career. And I'm an artiste. I'm a choreographer of movement and storytelling. And now for many decades it's been that and healing. And the healing comes from letting go of our in the moment perception of ourself and the world, and realizing who we are beyond the mind. So here's your first opening scene of your movie, and how you find yourself is through the responses that are given to you by the close family parental figures that are there to help you know that you even have a self. Because when you're born, you are you. And the joy or the sadness that you're bringing in from wherever you're coming in from, we all come in from different planes of awareness. And the more you have refined your spiritual attunement and oneness in a previous lifetime or many lifetimes, the more tuned you are to your connection to what's real when you're born into this body. There is a veil that is placed upon the psyche, the internal mind, to forget the past lifetimes. And as you progress on your awakening path to being one in you, you remember, you make conscious choices to choose to remember, even to set it up in time and space in the future, to remember that you are one with the light. Most of us at birth leave who we are. We leave who we are in order to get the response that we need from the parental figures externally. And we create greater hardship for ourselves. We create pain and suffering because we then begin to judge ourselves and to carry belief systems from moment to moment, such as who we are is not good enough, I have to prove my self-worth. Who I am is not really deserving of love. Who I am does not even deserve to be here. And when the patterns begin to build, such as I am responsible for the happiness of this family, I am responsible for my mother's psychological well-being, I am responsible for helping my father lessen his temper, I am responsible for helping my father to let go of his alcohol, and so on. I am responsible for carrying on the family name, goes on. So what you create is, to survive, to fit in, to fulfill what's on the outside, takes you down a road that can be never ending. And we see it in the world. We see it happen constantly in this day and age of identifying with power and the need for power and proving one's existence through what the small self, the unawakened self, believes is real. And so in order to bypass and avoid what's really real inside, the person who seeks power is refusing to lose themselves in order to find themselves. They are attached. And we all become attached until we realize it hasn't given us what we want. And to live in balance with both money, sense of truth, of the true self, truth of the true self that you are, you have to release, to begin, your own false perceptions and conceptions of who you are supposed to be to have made something better outside of yourself. And to follow someone else's distortion thinking instead of finding your own truth perception thinking is a cop-out. It's a denial. And to find that truth that is you requires losing what's fake, losing what's not really truth, that you have come to believe to be truth, to be your reality. And your reality is what you are creating to be real. So a lot of people are talking about using psychedelics to expand the mind. It opens up certain pathways in the brain, but it doesn't take you to a true spiritual transformational breakthrough. It can give the part of the brain that has the experience the illusion of grandeur, of being exalted in consciousness. It opens the door to following illusion. It doesn't teach you to lose yourself. I recently met an individual a man who was very, very pro psychedelics in the 60s and very well known. And he was told by his guru to stop using drugs, that it would never take him to self-realization or God realization. And he didn't listen. And his guru would not work with him because of his attachment to his belief. And in speaking with him, he shared with me, and he could laugh about it, that it was the biggest distortion thinking possible to have believed that the psychedelic could actually really take him any place. So I share that with you because your psyche, meaning the inside workings of your mind, has to be connected to your soul. A belief system can't take you to God. A spiritual practice can take you to the entrance to a very large park, a national park, a universal park, a great amusement park, but it can't take you through the gate to God. And when I use the word God, I always say it hesitantly, not because it's not the main source of my heart and my life, but it brings up so much stuff with good reason, because the word God has been made into belief systems that are external, and belief systems don't take you anywhere, because eventually you have to lose them too. So how do you lose yourself to find yourself? You want to pay attention to quick judgment, to how you immediately can step into a moment and already blast out your own opinion. Watch how many times a day you're judging someone. It can be that's really mind expanding. And to self-correct, to pay attention. Become aware of the you that shuts you down. You have to lose that part of yourself. That's the ego self. The ego self being the false self, the one who believes it's right. We create our whole life based upon that structure. And so as you focus your mind into your heart center and then into the light within you, and I'll be specific. In the Be Light meditation, Love to Be the movement, and the original way teachings that make up the Spirit Gateway's 21st Century Liberation Roadmap, you find practices that bring you inside yourself to break through the configuration, the grid, the matrix of yourself that has been in creation for many lifetimes and in this lifetime. It's the combination of your own sanskaric patterns, what you believe about yourself, your karma, what you bring forward, your positive attributes, negative attributes, fear attributes in your family of origin, genetics and codes of consciousness that are inside of you. So when you enter into the Spirit Gateway's work, you are given direct access to the light that you are in all of its facets, like a beautiful, gorgeous gem, because that's what you are. So as you move into the light within inside of yourself, you start with blue light, and then you can move into white light and gold light. You can simply even invite them to pour through you. and to allow them to begin to dissolve those patterns within inside of yourself that after a while are very annoying because your life is not progressing how you really want it to be. You keep wanting to hold on to the self that wants to do things its way. So I want to invite you to come check out on my website, ianalahi.com, IANALAHI.com, the group mentoring experience, Master Heart, Mastermind. It's part of Tribe Transformation. And that is the group mentoring experience that you can be a part of. And I would love to see you there, be involved in it. There's 3 tiers to choose from. And you also get access to the courses of Spirit Gateways Institute. And this is my love song to you and loving to share this with you. Be good to yourself. Be true to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Until next time, thank you so much for joining with all of us. This is Ayana Lahi.